Hello, I'm Gunther. I know games and I play games, and this is random, not like my normal. It's a mini rant. Um, so if you're playing Diablo 4 right now, you might want to not be farming Helltides because they disabled the uniques dropping. So they did like a big update today, which I thought was pretty good. They announced a couple good cool things in it. Um, and then they also kind of announced that they sorry, they buffed Helltides, which I thought was really good because it kind of was like one of the main PvE things to do in the game. So in my head, it makes sense to update that, like make that a bit better. But the problem was, I guess, inadvertently they made it so uniques were dropping. So a bunch of people have been getting a ton of uniques. I didn't get to run it yet. And before I got to run it, I was like, oh, let's go to bed. Let me just do a couple dungeon runs and everything. And I saw this post. So we've temporarily disabled Uber Uniques from dropping in-game while we address the issue with Helltide chest drops. Players will, not be able to obtain the 6 unique items to hotfix, which we expect to be, sorry, I am coughing, implemented on Friday afternoon Pacific time. Other uniques will be available, blah, blah, blah. So I have been really enjoying the game, despite a lot of issues I've been having. I think it's pretty solid. I've got to 90 on my barbarian, even with some of the nerfs. I kind of worked around them. But this is kind of just annoying because I was like, oh yeah, we might have a chance of farming stuff, and I find that people are getting uniques. So it's like, oh cool, people are getting Harlequin. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go on and play because I was doing some duels with a friend, and seeing this update, I was kind of like, this is. They got so much good favor, I think, with some of the updates from the update show itself. Like, I was kind of happy with some of the season updates they're doing for the Renown, except kind of don't really want to do side quests again, but it's whatever. Maybe they'll change their mind on it, but as long as I guess I can do dungeons, I think one thing that would help me is like off topic rambling. If nightmare dungeons were the dungeons that dropped aspects, I think I'd be okay with it, because then I could at least do the dungeon farming and that would count towards like me unlocking aspects and stuff. So I'm not doing a double farm, basically. I'm not doing double work, basically. Some of the dungeons for the aspects, I haven't done all of them yet. I'm still like trying to get all the Lilith statues. I'm just kind of putting it off because it's just super tedious. But after finding out that it is account wide, I kind of find it less tedious because then I know I can do it one time and just be done with it. But oh, 1 second, getting CC to hell. There we go. Yeah, so I thought that was a good update. I was kind of interested in some of the mechanics they've been putting in the season. I was like, all right, well, I'll see how those all pan out. After the season pass was all like just not pay to win, which basically as long as that's the case, it's fine. I didn't like the Paragon update that they were doing because right now what they're going to be doing is you get an item. We haven't fully gotten more information, so I could be wrong, it could be amazing, but we haven't gotten more information on it. But it's going to like let you reset your Paragon, but it didn't really specify well enough to me. I saw game audio isn't coming through. It didn't specify to me well enough if that's like, can I get that more than once? Like, is that something that is a one-off? I would like to be able to just spend the in-game gold and just reset the whole board. Or some people suggested like setting up, what do you call it? Like pre-made classes for it. So like if I want to do a Barbarian Whirlwind build, I could. If I want a separate one just for Bleed, Hoda, like whatever. At the top of the hat, it's like really easy. So I don't have to like make a whole new Barbarian if I want to do another build, or basically just keep wasting all my resources and money to go back through. And even a fun thing to add in. But like, yeah, that's all I have to say. Like, I was kind of like mixed, but I was like, okay, this is generally a decent update. And then like finding out that they turned off uniques, which I'm like, I feel like the rate for uniques is already kind of, well, first, these special uniques is kind of wild. Like, I get the idea of it, but since like mostly other uniques just kind of feel like meh, like I don't know, maybe it's me, but I feel like a lot of the Barbarian uniques are kind of just ass. I don't know, maybe I'm like using them wrong, but every time I look at a build guide, it's always just like, get a Grandfather. And then I first found like the Grandfather's like super rare unique. I was like, oh yeah, let's go pull it out of my ass and equip it. But yeah, I don't know, man. It just seems so backwards and weird. I don't get it. I guess I just have to see. They said they're gonna have an update up tomorrow, hopefully. Don't know what time that's gonna be. If it's gonna break something else. All I know is now, if they do an update that affects something dropping loot, I should just jump right in and just play the hell out of it before they realize there's an issue. I guess so I can, you know, at least have a chance at getting some cool uniques and like awesome build. Like it's kind of just I don't know. But yeah, this is just me randomly rambling. I don't know. I'm not. This is not a Diablo channel. I play the game. It's fun. I've gotten level 90 on my barb, and I'm enjoying it. I'm debating which character. I'm debating. I think my next class. I started Necromancer. I'm debating getting into Rogue for the next season. I want to. I'm more like randomly pick a class, and that's what you went with. I kind of. What was I gonna say? I was like discouraged to make a new character only because I was like, if the update's gonna happen and I can get all my map progress, I'd rather do that then than like rush to make a new character now and have to sift through the map and all that nonsense. But like with this update, I'm kind of just like, I don't know. And then like the idea of building a necromancer and not summoning corpses and doing a rise, I was just like, that's kind of lame. I know there's some builds around it now, which I'm like, okay, cool. But I'm gonna have to like really farm out and see, and like with how limited my inventory space is, like I'm already afraid of having to like juggle all those aspects, gear I'm running, like everything is gonna be, I don't know. I feel like the idea of making a new character with that limited inventory space is just daunting. I don't know how people are doing it. I'm afraid they're gonna make a paid version for more inventory space, but I would kind of like how to explain? It's like having the way they have the cache system, I think is fine, for the most part. I think what they could do is you just make a single tab or two tabs, a general shared tab between all characters, and then every other tab just make it a normal tab, like just how it runs for the characters in general. Like as my barbarian, I have like say 5 or whatever tabs, and then that one extra tab that's just shared between all accounts. That way I can kind of balance it between each character. Also, aspects having their own tab would be kind of cool because they have their own tab in like inventory, so having them have their own tab in the box would be good. And also, if I could use aspects from ignore me ignoring gear, I'm just scrapping everything and selling everything right now. I'm like really low on that. Being able to have a separate stash or something, or being able to actually use aspects from the box would be amazing because then I wouldn't have to like run to the box, search for the aspect I need, hope I find the right one that has the right roll, or like I don't know if it's like scrap gear that has it, just because I'm like afraid that if I scrap it, it is gonna like get rid of the common crap. It's gonna have something I might want. Do I want these shoes? Sorry, I know I'm rambling. But I'm just at this point just like, yeah, it's late and I don't know, man. I was just kind of like looking forward to running some Hell Tides, and right before I went to bed, and then I saw that news, and I was just like, God. So I guess the moral of the story is, if you are playing currently, you need to follow the Diablo team on Twitter, because if you don't, you are going to miss out on finding out key information. Like they put it on the launcher as well, but if you're already in the game, I'll let you see it. But I think just in general, just if you're trying to play this game in anything bigger than a casual idea, I would argue I'm playing it casually, but I don't know, because I think the casuals play it, what most people consider it casual, is they haven't hit level 90 at all. They're still super low, but I don't know. But yeah, you have to like follow a bunch of people. Like I've been following there's a few YouTubers on it. Matt Jessic, I think, is one of them. I forgot the other guy's name. He played a lot of Diablo more. Really cool dude. Like, I feel bad because like I've been watching videos of him like going from Druid to other classes, just being like, "Oh God, this sucks." And I was watching Asmon because he just like reacts to people reacting to this stuff, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I'm enjoying the game. It's just this, I don't know, rubbed me the wrong way enough where I was just like, God, let's do a quick video. I don't get no views or whatever for it. I just need to like vent and get something in my chest because I'm lagging. Oh no, I'm gonna die here. This isn't hardcore, but whatever. I'm gonna die. Yeah, so that's just it. Let me know how you guys are enjoying Diablo. I'm just gonna go back to like my normal content. Ignore this video if it like pops up and you didn't like it, or just dislike it. I don't care either. But yeah, God. I hope this update happens. Like, I think the solution is you don't punish people that got uniques. I don't think that's the solution at all. I think you just see that players are like, hey, this sucks, and you up the unique rates, like these special uniques, because it doesn't hurt anyone to have them be more common. I think just you don't make them like super common, just make them like you get them from like really high nightmare dungeons. Like currently have like the nightmare, you can get uniques from like 85 and up. Make it's like the 100 and so enemies have a higher chance of dropping them, and then bam, it solves the problem. Like I don't think there's a necessary plus to doing it the current way, because then like the worst thing is going to be then what you get the unique that's special unique, and then get to the season content, you have to make a whole new character. You can't bring that unique over. You have to try to hope you get it again by some chance of god or something, or whatever new ungodly unique they put in there. I don't know. Or you get it behind like some special like endgame content, Uber Lilith, which I still have to fight. I tried fighting her, she caved my head in. But yeah, I don't know. You find some solution, I think. But yeah, 100%, I don't think the solution is punishing anyone that's currently done it, because they haven't done anything wrong. We're just playing the game. But I also feel like you need to adjust it, because everyone wants these gears, and I'm not saying make it super common, just attain it. And right now, they became semi-attainable or overly attainable. Actually, I don't know, some people said they didn't get them yet, that did run the Helltides, but they became semi-attainable. And now you basically made them, like, unattainable again. Not fully unattainable because they disabled them, but like, I don't know. I'm not a game designer. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I know the perfect solution. I know a lot of people will say they're making the game, they want you to play it the way that they made it, but the problem is the way people play ARPGs or games in general, like dominant strategy, they're gonna want to, especially for a power fantasy game or however you want to call it, they're gonna want to do it the best way, the most interesting min-maxing way, and it feels like a lot of the core philosophies right now for the updates they've been doing have been 100% against that. Like, it's almost like they're like, we don't want you playing this game like a maniac and like putting in all this time and effort, but at the same time we have a road to 100, which I'm not getting into controversy. I'm not even getting into that can of worms. But like, we have this road to 100, so we want to cater to the people that are like, oh, I want to min-max and do everything amazingly and farm everything. And then we're also going to nerf all the dungeons that drop good stuff. And then I think buffing the Nightmare dungeons, best idea. Makes sense. Buffing Helltides, makes sense. Awesome. Especially the Helltide little, like, mini-bosses, which most of my friends didn't even know existed. But, like, I mean, I told them ignore them originally because I was like, I killed one, and I was like, wow, they drop, like, nothing. And it feels like a real hit or miss, like a real miss. But it's like every possible form of way that we found that, like, we can level up faster, get more gear, they've all been, like, nerfed incredibly quickly, and then every solution to get better gear has been the slowest drip feed. It's been like, hey, we'll do this for you, but it might take, like, I don't know, a couple of weeks? We don't really know. What might do it? Like, I think teleporting Nightmare Dungeons, amazing. I think if they had just buffed Nightmare Dungeons to start, people would have just been happy altogether. I think having that teleport, amazing. People complain now, like, oh, we should just teleport into the dungeon. Like, I think that's a fair thing to ask for. But at this point, we should be happy Blizzard gave us anything, because like the way they've taken more than they've given me at this point. And I don't know. I guess I'm gonna see. I'm gonna continue playing the game. I'm still enjoying it. I'm hoping that updates make it better. I guess I'll see how the first season goes and how some of the content is. I want to like make this. I just like heavily dial into these kind of games. I don't know if it is just the way my brain functions, but I just love the idea of doing some of the grind and the way the game plays. I know I'm cleared by stuff. Don't hate me. I know this game sucks. I'm going to sell it. I just keep looking at it and being saddened that this is the unique I got dropped earlier. But yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping the game gets better. I'm going to keep playing for a little bit. I can only hope for the best. I need them to like take in some feedback from the people. I think they need to be slower at nerfing loot, like pluses to loot. I understand the problem, but god does it suck to just hear like, hey, we found a new way to get XP, we found a new way to do this, and it's just like, within like an hour or two, they just like stomp it into the ground, and people find new ways, but it's always getting stomped further and further. And then we finally like I don't know, we hit a good point then from the information we're hearing, and then they're like, well, nah. I should really get some of these rooms because they're like really trash. I don't know which one this is gonna do. I'm gonna do this one. But yeah, I don't know. That's all I got to say. I don't know. See if you liked it, subscribe, come back. Don't. I don't know. I'm sorry for this like long rant. This is not my normal content. I'll be doing my normal Shogun Showdown, Halls of Torment, our roguelikes and stuff. I don't really drop Diablo content here that often because I'm not really good at Diablo, so I do not want to give guidance in the game I'm not amazing at, or I'm amazing in any game really. But I don't want to give guidance in a game like this where it's like a lot of heavy time put in. But yeah, I don't know. See.